the 25th of July.
Now that's a river! And
Rublyovka is flooded. A violent hurricane and flood are wiping Moscow off the face of the earth. The most convenient transport for the Russians in this weather. A yellow danger level has been declared in Moscow. Moscow is going underwater.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. This is a nightmare, and it just won't stop. Look.
Rublyovskoye highway is sinking. In just one day, a third of the monthly rainfall norm fell in the Russian capital. There's so much water on Moscow streets that a large-scale naval exercise and a Duma storm could have been held right here. The 25th of July, Rublyovka and Moscow have gone underwater. Here we go.
Well, here we are now on Nagornaya Street. The expensive courtyard of this business center has completely turned into a vast lake, and we're trying to carefully wade across it.
Wading means like this, like Muscovites do.
I swam to the parking lot. The parking lot is blocked off, so I made it, decided to swim. The depth is enough. Everything's fine.
There are lakes on Rublyovka. In the city center, there are waterfalls, cars are sinking, ambulances are stuck, and people are getting to work knee-deep in their favorite sneaker.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. This is a nightmare, and it just won't stop. Look,
There are people trapped on the porch, surely waiting to be rescued, not to mention those cars. Only a major overhaul can save them now, and that's in the best case scenario. They went underwater up to the roof, so obviously the engines, all the electronics, everything will have to be replaced.
In a single day, a third of the month's rain fell, flooding shopping centers and washing away Moscow. Now, car washes operate autonomously. You can just leave your car there and it will sink on its own. That's it. Muscovites are tragically being completely wiped off the very face of the earth, and meanwhile, Moscow's numerous shopping centers are completely and utterly flooded with water. Water is already pouring down to the ground like waterfalls.
Life, we have to go through this.
Moscow has gone underwater. Nothing like this has happened in a very long time. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get started. Women in Moscow are stuck in their cars and can't open the doors while the interior is sinking to the bottom. People are climbing out. They're crossing the streets over fences.
Let's go talk to people.
everything started to float, trash, and everything else. Actually, right now, it seems like the water has already gone somewhere. Before this, it was like that our car was completely covered up to the roof.
It's really better not to park cars here. The courtyards on Nagornaya Street are still one of the most flooded places in Moscow. Just look at how strong the current is. The thing is, the Kotlovka River is nearby, and right now it has overflowed its banks. Water keeps coming in, and further down the street there's a parking lot. The cars there are submerged up to the roof. There might be even deeper spots, so it's better not to go there without a boat. Maybe this will save someone's life.
This is the most striking scene of Moscow life.
Damn, this is fucked up. This is fucked up.
And now it's going to float away, just like the Russian state Duma. This is shock content. The center of Moscow is flooded, the state Duma has gone underwater, deputies are in a panic, friends. They're already being flooded from above, drowning, trying to save themselves however they can. It's the 23rd of July. People are fleeing from the flood, the waters are lapping at the windows, the system can't cope. This isn't just a flood in Moscow, it's a disgrace for the regime. The metro is flooded. Cars are floating and the Patriarch ponds have completely sunk.
Now that's truly quite an impressive river. It's a sea, it's a river. Look guys, people are swimming in the Patriarch Pond.
Lightning, thunder, and storms have struck right at the seat of power. The state Duma is flooded. Because of the lightning strikes, the city lost power. Darkness has fallen. A substation has been damaged. Moscow has gone underwater. Nothing like this has happened in a very long time. The city center is flooded, cars are underwater, Muscovites are running, shouting, fleeing from the floods.
A river! This is the sea, this is the river. Look guys, there are people swimming in Patrick.
The taxi was flooded. I fixed the bus. I'd like to jump sometime. Yeah, swing up.
We're slowly approaching. All the bridges are breaking down. It's like we've been.
Venya, if you would be so kind. The blow will now grab more, it will not go anywhere.
Noel right in our room. She liked me the most. She listened to me more than anyone, like I was the boss.
The storm is tearing off roofs, lightning is striking right next to the Ostankino Tower. The metro is without power. Waves of water are breaking into the Moscow subway.
No, but you were in my dream. But we didn't dream. Yeah. Those were just games.
They're walking around the publishing house. The airport is cut off. Muscovites are spending days in their cars trying to get to the airport, but unfortunately, drivers are telling them everything is flooded and they have to go on foot. There's water in the building entrances and boats on the streets. Even the State Duma got flooded. Sobchak's channel is showing footage of the flooded smoking room in the State Duma.
Such natural wonders.
Are in an aquarium. Moscow isn't the capital, it's a second Venice. Panic, evacuation, state of emergency. Russia's capital is in total collapse. Moscow fell apart all at once. Flood, hurricane, lightning, transport shutdowns, and threats of missile strikes from Trump himself. Muscovites can't get to the airport. Their shuttles are at a standstill. They're being told to walk through the water, basically to just drown. The city center is literally underwater. People are panicking. Some are literally moving around in boats. Some are crying. Some are filming videos. Some simply can't even get out of their homes. They call this place an aquarium because outside the window, behind the glass, there is water everywhere. All of this is happening as the backdrop of the usual mantra. The situation is under control. Sheremetyevo airport is inaccessible. Trains aren't running. There's even water inside the State Duma building. And it seems the system is sinking along with the capital. Downtown Moscow and the suburbs are underwater. Cars are sinking right on the avenues. People are standing waist deep in puddles trying to pull out their cars by hand. In residential buildings, there's water in the entryways. Trains have stopped. The metro is without power. Authorities say everything is under control, but people are getting to work by boat. It's impossible to get to the airport. The Air Express is at a standstill. The train stopped in the middle of the road. Streets in the city center are flooded. Evacuation has been announced in several districts. Hail is pounding on rooftops. Lightning is striking near the television tower. People are posting video shouts, screams, panic. The smoking room in the State Duma has gone underwater. An ironic symbol of the fact that the whole system is being flooded. And all this is happening in Moscow, a city where everything is supposed to go according to plan. Only it seems this plan was written in water. Friends, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dasha Shaslivaya, and leave a few kind words in the comments to support Ukraine. We work for an audience all over the world so that people know the truth about Russian aggression, about Russia's war against Ukraine. Every like, every comment, every subscription is very valuable, friends. Stay with us, stay on the bright side. And now, as usual, let's take a look at the territory of absolute lie show Russian war correspondents and racists got scared of missile strikes, of attacks on Moscow and St. Petersburg. Now it's time for the segment Analysis of Prime Racist Propaganda. Let's go.
And today, Trump, with that usual sneer, is saying he's dissatisfied with Putin. Dissatisfied. He says, I'm dissatisfied with Putin. Why is that? And I'm dissatisfied with BRICS too. I'm telling you, I'm dissatisfied with everything in general. Why aren't they lining up? If everyone's so smart, I told you, train stop, 1, 2, you have to stop. And why is that? Did Trump decide that he's what, a Tsar? Yes. And now you're going to be the queen of the world or something? Suddenly, it happened. And just look at how they walk so elegantly there, how he struts around. Trump, yeah, there are sanctions. I'm considering them. I'm not considering them. The main thing is they really don't like it. He even started speaking somewhat rudely. Before our eyes, Trump is undergoing Bidenization. Trump, from being the only one who could talk to Putin, is turning into just another version of Biden. And so what does he seriously think that now he can dictate to us with a sneer and we just obey? He still hasn't understood anything. He doesn't get that we are guided by our own national interests. If Trump doesn't like this, it just shows that he still hasn't understood anything about Russia, which means he's offering us terms that don't align with our own views about what is good for us. And why should we do Trump any favors? Really, the very idea why on earth should we do anything for Trump? Do him a favor? Why not just relocate all the people?
Then the enemy would win, then he would be victorious. And that's not our decision. People don't want that. But right now, Murom is suffering a lot. It's suffering greatly, but it's hard both to get into Murom and to leave it. Even now, before we used to buy armored vehicles and give them to the heads of villages, then we bought ATVs, then mopeds, and now we're buying scooters, electric ones. Why? The leader moves around on a scooter. It's silent, gives him maximum visibility and maximum maneuverability during an attack.
Horses will laugh at that.
They're big. It's inconvenient.
But at night, they can see where they're going themselves.
I agree with that.
But that's not why we're here. We didn't go there to make things worse for ourselves. We said, if you don't want to negotiate, we'll force you to negotiate. There is no other option. We can negotiate only from a position of strength. Yes, things will be hard for us. We'll keep fighting. Unfortunately, we'll have to restructure our industry along military lines, but we have no other choice. Look at Iran. Look at other countries you didn't even ask about. Look at Libya. Look at Iraq. They've been struggling for so many years.
So what exactly do we actually have today in the very first week of this current July? Electricity. It went up by 13%, gas increased by 13.5%, heating by 13.8%, and hot water by 14.9%. A spike in inflation in the first week of July, 0.79%. This has never happened during this period before of time. And in recent years, this is one of the sharpest jumps. If someone tries to tell us now, well, it just spiked and now inflation is becoming no. All these tariffs will inevitably be factored into food prices, into the essential goods we purchase every single day.
How old are you? What do you wear?
I'll be 71 this year. My son-in-law was at war, my nephew, there are nephews, mine. One of them had his leg blown off, and there were 3 more, that's my daughter's husband. Son-in-law, he means nothing to me. Not once did I feel sorry. Not once. I honestly don't give a damn.
Wait. That's your daughter's husband. She's unhappy because of that.
She's actually really happy. She married someone else while he was dying. She got married, found another man. So what? She got it. She got 17 million. She got it for herself and for the 2 kids. She got it. What's wrong with that? I feel sorry for my nephew. My nephew, my own flesh and blood. I feel sorry for him.
No one ever fought for the family. No one ever fought for the family. Because family was everywhere. Family was everywhere, indestructible, with many children and so on. But today, from here, our Russian foolishness was born. They say, if some die, women will give birth to others. We'll overwhelm them with our hands, or something like that. But now we've reached a time when women won't give birth to anyone anymore. They've become weak, cowardly, depraved, and don't want to have children. And we won't overwhelm anyone with our heads either. If you're talking about overwhelming with heads, then India and China would overwhelm all of us. Even if you give each of them half a head, then for sure they'd overwhelm us with heads. But not as we are disappearing, our numbers are shrinking, so we need to preserve our people. There is such a practice as a people preservation, meaning we must protect our people, protect them from drug addiction, from dying behind the wheel while drunk, protect our people from alcoholism, protect our people from senseless deaths, as often happens among young people, when they get caught up in something. People risk their lives for nothing and die for no reason. It would be better if they went to the front, died as soldiers with weapons in their hands.
I just came back from Brest. This morning, I walked out from the field. I attended commemorative events honoring the beginning of the Great Patriotic War at the Brest Fortress. And let me tell you this. I spoke with, I won't say with whom or how or why. The Poles are seriously reinforcing the border these days. And it's absolutely clear why, because they've made a mess. That's the key word, made a mess, if they haven't made a mess. They deserve a smack on the head. They should get it. They should. And they know perfectly well that sooner or later they'll get what's coming to them. No matter how many mines they lay along the border or what else they do, the time will come, I believe, this more than anything, and they'll get what they deserve.
This is actually the first war we're fighting without evacuating the population. How is this even possible? When there are troops stationed in the cities, and there's always some informant who'll send out the coordinates, and then we'll end up burying heroes.
For us, air defense has become a normal part of life. And when you read books about the Great Patriotic War, there were so many books written, songs composed, and paintings created. This war, it penetrates so deeply into every corner internally, and some hidden reserves, they get exhausted. For us, it's a tough ordeal for the residents. In the border area, one of the girls, an artist, started drawing Shinton coffee on shrapnel from the 400S.
But on the other hand,
this is the casing, the lid. It's the lid, absolutely the lid. When the missile launches, these parts fall off. And so it has become perhaps a symbol for you on the one hand, something that protects us, and on the other, hope. It's not so much confidence in a near victory, but it's something that exists in the soul of each of us. So honestly, I wanted to convey this from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you very much for your careful consideration. I must respectfully decline authorship of this particular work at this time. Thank you very much.
Brave. Thank you.
Yes, it's good. Belgrade does not surrender. Yes. Thank you very much.
So Trump decided that he's what, a Tsar? Yes. And are you going to be the Empress of the world or something? Yes. Suddenly, it happened, and look at how beautifully they walk there, how he spins around. Trump? Yeah, there are sanctions. Am I considering them? Am I not considering them? The main thing is they really don't like it. He even started speaking somewhat rudely. Before our eyes, Trump is undergoing Bidenization. Trump, from the position of being the only one who can talk to Putin, is turning into just another version of Biden. And does he really seriously think that now he can just tell us what to do with a sneer and we'll obey? He still hasn't understood anything. He doesn't get that we act based on our national interests. And if Trump doesn't like that, it just shows he still hasn't understood anything about Russia. Which means he's offering us terms that do not align with our own ideas of what's good for us. And why should we do Trump any favors? Really, the very idea why on earth should we do anything for Trump? Do him a favor?
sometimes you listen to Trump, and then you look at his actions and it's just nonsense. Why is that? Because everything is contradictory. On Monday he says no, on Tuesday he says yes, missiles, weapons, and so on. And it feels like he has something, a bit of that Odessa vibe. When journalists ask him a question, so is it yes or is it no, he answers, well, maybe. And what that maybe means is never really clear.
Just look at precisely how many cities we've successfully taken in these past 3.5 years. It's absolutely laughable. Damn, 3.5 years indeed. And I assert this is my opinion that there are over 1 million casualties. The dead, the missing, and the wounded, including those who tragically died in hospitals, are all accounted for.
If Russia so much as raises an eyebrow for a second, we are, after all, Azerbaijan's third largest trading partner. And I want to remind you how much money is transferred from Russia to Azerbaijan, not from Azerbaijan to Russia. Or consider the 300 kilometers of shared border. And reading what they allow themselves to say and seeing what they say on national television, though, you want to go to war? Some countries have already had problems because of this, naively thinking they could get away with it and then bitterly regretted it. That's why I believe that the activities of British and Turkish intelligence services on Azerbaijani territory aimed at destabilization, in the end, this will only lead to one thing: unimaginable losses and tragedy for the sensible people of Azerbaijan.
There are all sorts of considerations, all sorts of circumstances, internal factors, internal politics, but I'm not talking about our internal politics. I'm talking about our neighbors. Well, it's sad, it's unfortunate, sad and unfortunate. Where will this lead? To nothing good. Well, at the very least, to serious economic losses. Especially if Russia, as in the case with Azerbaijan, is the third largest trading partner. And as you know, what we supply to Azerbaijan is not oil and gas, but products with higher added value. That's all there is to it. That's the whole picture. I think, well, maybe I'm really missing something there. Maybe I don't know the region's history well enough. So I went and looked it up. Where is this history of Great Azerbaijan that was supposedly interrupted by the military intervention of the Russian Empire? I didn't find any Azerbaijan. It didn't exist. And in fact, I couldn't even find such an ethnicity as Azerbaijani. That is, this very ethnicity that we now know as Azerbaijanis, with all due respect. The essence of it all was also invented by the Soviet authorities.
That, with all due respect to Azerbaijan, its history and traditions, if Russia so much as raises an eyebrow for a second, we are, after all, Azerbaijan's third largest trading partner. And I want to remind you of the amount of money transferred from Russia to Azerbaijan, not from Azerbaijan to Russia. And then apparently the situation could change dramatically. Is that exactly what they're counting on? Or, considering the 300 kilometers of border and seeing what some allow themselves to say and watching what is said on central television, do you want to go to war? I'm sure that no person in their right mind and sober memory living in Azerbaijan would go that far.
Friends, thank you for being with us. Give this a like. Video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be on the side of light, on the side of the Dasha Shastlivaya YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. We will definitely win